Iman CEO and founder of GYA and Agency Flow, one of, if not the most influential and successful entrepreneurs of the current age, just finished one of the most life-changing and inspiring online seminars that I think anyone has ever seen. His steady rise from the bottom to where he is today is no small feat, and a substantial amount of yeast, yes, I said yeast, was included along with the pain and discomfort which turned to heat to mold him into who we know and admire today. But this didn't come suddenly. He didn't just wake up one day and became the CEO, founder, entrepreneur, special that he is today. Let me quote this study that was conducted with the national cycling team of Britain that I read from the book Atomic Habits. It's a great read, by the way. In that book, they talked about the compounding effects of self-improvement. The scientist that overlooked this research was trying to discover what circumstances and situations each rider experienced a boost in their lap time, no matter how small it was. They tried everything from big things to small things, such as changing their outfits to more sleeker, aerodynamic indoor wears and changing the type of bikes to see which one fit with the rider and didn't crease or fold or bunch up and made them feel comfortable for the longest time, even down to what temperature showers and what kind of pillows gave them better rest. They had one goal in mind: maximizing the effect of small wins. And that led them to win their much coveted Tour de France title, not just once or twice, but 4 times in 5 years. Don't fact check me. What I'm trying to say is that Iman was much from a humbler background. He started off with advertisements and entrepreneurship as a means to retire his hardworking mom, but the diligence of a 16-year-old became the building blocks to start the empire that he rules over today. He's not only in charge of the company affairs, but he has somehow found a way into the lives of thousands and now even millions of young men and women all over the world. And with his GYA business, he has touched and improved the lives of thousands of young men and women, all for the small price of $1,500. At least for now. Right now, it should be kind of obvious as to why I have dubbed him the bread man. The yeasts I am relating to his potential, and the heat was the endurance and perseverance that he stacked over the years. He grew to welcome the pain that comes with long-term gratification, which made his rise to power all but guaranteed. Sprinkling in some little baking powder as the helpful advice he received and the small things that he did and learned, and boom, what a nice looking loaf we have here. The funniest part is we all have this potential to be breadmen. How much pain and discomfort are you currently putting yourself through daily in order to grasp that 1% that will make you into a beast? Are you not taking corners and shortcuts, trying to cheat the system and find an easy way out? You have to be honest and raw with yourself, because once you start making excuses, they breed more excuses. And before you know it, you're full of baloney, which is gonna make you tastier for, the big man up there. You may think that the circumstances around you are limiting your potential, but the success stories are often the hardest to tell, not because it is shameful or anything, but because of how raw it is. You may be going through tough times, but doing that, remember that good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. How do you become that strong man? Well, I'm sure deep down, you already have a little inkling of what is limiting your potential, but knowing is only half the battle. In the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, it is said that if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. How do you win this battle? Well, the good thing is that you don't have to have the strongest punch or the heaviest weapon. As in most fights, whomever is left standing last wins. Whatever the bad habits or worst situation that is governing you may be, it is not over until one of you has no more fight to give. And no matter how many times you're beaten down, bruised, battered, left gasping your air, and it feels like your body is failing you, as long as you get up that one more time, as long as you can tell yourself one more time, get up. Your chances will never be zero. So, if you still want to put up that good fight, I have 3 methods that might help you, I guess, kind of scale through. Number 1, build your army. If you're going to war, you're going to need men by your side, and not just normal men. Anyone that's doing what we do is far from normal in this modern age. We are Spartans, and you need Spartan men by your side. If you've watched the movie 300, then you pretty much understand where I'm going with this. You know how powerful the impact of community brings on a man. Now multiply that when all the men around you are strong men that are pushing towards one goal, and you have no choice. You can't fight against that current, so they're gonna drag you along. And when you're being pushed and pulled by your brothers, all your limiters seem to just break off, the shackles just fall off, and you feel yourself turning into a newer, better man than you were previously. Number 2, have a goal and walk single-mindedly towards it. Have you ever seen the look on a sprinter's face when they're about to start a 100-meter dash? The sheer focus and single-mindedness they exude is absolutely crazy. If you watch it on the world stage. That's one thing I learned in the 2021 Olympics. I mean, even when you look at martial artists, the kind of look they have on their faces, you know that, yes, this man got here because of the hard work and perseverance and dedication that he put his mind and his body through. And that's what we need, so that we're not stuck in this rat race. 3, hold yourself accountable. There's no one that can stress this enough for you. In this life, there's not one person who cares about you as much as you can care about yourself. Not your mother, not your wife, not your brother, not your sister, no one. If you can't hold yourself accountable, you certainly won't get far. No matter what success you manage to build for yourself, it's never going to be as much as it could have been. This is something that I learned from the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. If you tell yourself and you beat around the bush and you tell yourself, oh, come on, you're trying hard, you're doing what you can, it's just the way things are. No, these are not the way things are. These are not the way things should be. You should hold yourself accountable. The way that he conquered his own mind from all the trauma and bad things that were just polluting his mind was to look himself in the mirror, because the mirror is the rawest thing in reality. The mirror is not going to lie to you. Your mind can lie to you. When you look at that mirror, you're staring at the man and he's staring back at you. Straight, there's no curves unless you're in a fun house. But why are you doing that in a fun house, G? Go to your mirror in your bathroom and look at yourself. Have a deep, thorough look. That man is not the best he can be. Until you can look that man in the eye, you can beat your chest and be like, yes, I did it for us, man. I did it for us. Look at where we are now. This is really all I have to say. All these tips I have given can amount to nothing, or it can amount to something good for you. I mean, I really said all this, not like I'm preaching to you or anything, like I'm some God looking down at you mortals. But I'm talking to myself as well, because I know that discipline is not something that is easy to build. I'm not some perfect guy. I didn't have perfect scores in school. I'm sadly very freaking average, and I know it. There are a bunch of things I can do better, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I know the times I don't outweigh the ones I do. I myself struggle with bad habits that stop me from being the man I know that I can be. So when I'm talking to you, I'm more like talking to myself, because once I put this out there and everybody and people watch it, it's kind of a way to hold myself accountable, because I can look at the feed and be like, this many people saw this video. What would they think of me if after I said this video, I just went back, started up my PC and started looking for games, looking for movies to watch, and looking for things that would destroy me? So I can't do that. Me, if you want to know who I am, I guess you can call me Paul. You're never going to be able to pronounce my surname, but have at it. Or you can just call me Paul, or you can just call me Paul. Just Paul is fine. I got more videos coming. This isn't all. Thanks for watching, I guess.